Hi, it's Hazel, and welcome to my channel, Hazel and Aka Design. If I have an extra little zip in my voice, that's because I just had a conversation with Caroline from Caroline's Craft Tree. She is going to be an upcoming guest on Heart to Heart one day in August, and she wanted the peace of mind to know that we could make it work with just her using her phone. And voila, we can. Anyway, so that it was always nice to have that sort of face-to-face contact. Anyway, if you're wondering what this little disaster is all about, I have, whoopsie. Oh, I didn't finish putting this back together. I have this sort of Lazy Susan thing, and I have put some. Now I'm going to have an issue, I guess, just because the camera's on. When I emptied all of this stuff was in here, and I thought, it's overcrowded. I'm not using everything that's in there. Why don't I take a little bit of time and reorganize it? And luckily, I discovered that this all comes apart, and I was able to clean it instead of trying to get my hand into these things, which wasn't working. Then, of course, the way a Lazy Susan works is it has these ball bearings. And of course, I didn't pay attention to which way this thing went into there. But now I'm thinking it probably goes that way. Whoa. Sorry, I should have made sure this was back together. And then these little notches here, presumably. Oh, maybe I'm getting too excited. Like it took a bit of effort to get this unclipped. I don't know why it is not. Anyway, okay, let's pretend that this is attached, because that's not the key point about this video. So let's just, and I hope you can see, maybe I'll just make a bit of room here. Okay, so, that snapped in. Okay, good. So I can spin it. So I have these Fiskars scissors that I use typically for paper. And because, tallest things go into the tallest receptacle, I also have these, and this little ribbon is supposed to signify use them on fabric. And this was in another compartment. I even forgot I had these in here. So we'll see where those go. I have these, which is kind of a duplication of paper scissors. So maybe I'll put that aside for now. Pinking shears, which I rarely use. And then my everyday scissors that why do I have two pinking shears? These are so tight. Clearly I need to figure this out, because I know that one is for paper and one is for, and I have these too. And look at how heavy duty and well made these are. Okay, I need to figure this part out. I'm thinking that the ones that I've had to, stand up and reach for are probably fabric ones. But what I need to figure out here with these two is one fabric and is one paper, and then make sure I can identify them, because obviously that would be a bad thing to be using the wrong scissors on the wrong. Why can I not find my regular? Oh, here they are. These are just my ordinary scissors that you see in videos all the time. Okay, I keep my our glitter glue in one, Fabri-Tac in another. I typically have at least 2 of these Yoo-Hoo glue sticks. This one feels light, so I need to add a second one there. I also have this Tombow mono liquid glue with the 2 different ends that I have been using lately. Okay, what else? A utility knife. Maybe I should continue with tall items instead. I've got these sort of, well, they're not palette knives, you know, Dollar Tree tools. So I'm going to put those there, and the pokey tool. And one of the downfalls of this setup is that if I have something sharp sticking up, I usually find it at the end of my finger. I have a couple of these silicone things that I use for spreading Aleene's tacky glue. I wonder if maybe they could fit in there with Tombow. Oh, these are my little tiny, but they've been acting up lately, so I hope they're not waiting or trying to get replaced. Maybe they just need to be cleaned. Anyway, these are little sharp little scissors that I just bought at Walmart. I think I have another one in storage. Short handles, so it stays, you know, in one of the shorter compartments. This is the little Fiskars, you know, knife thing that I use for getting into the tight corners for when fussy cutting. Here is another utility knife. See that I didn't really have the blades turned down. Okay, but do I need both of them here? Where did the other one go? Oh, right here. This one is rather a handful for a woman's hand. This is an Olfa, which of course is a good brand. So maybe I will limit myself to one. And just, you know, when those blades are done, remove the blades from here, use them up in there, and take this one out of service. Put it aside for now. I don't know why I have a million of these cards for spreading glue or for, you know, burnishing. And I did get rid of a bunch. This is my little template for cutting 4 different angles, like on a journaling tag. So that typically stays in one of these. I don't even know what this is. It is a Creative Memories thing, but what is it? You know, I see these things at thrift stores, or I get them in bags or something, and then don't even know what to do with them. Oh, bone folder, so that can probably go in there. I do have a couple, perhaps more. Oh, I have 3 staple pullers. I would say these 2 are the 2 better ones. So maybe I'll put those there. Put that one off to the side. Another tiny pair of scissors. Oh, I just got this. My sister gave this to me. It is one, I guess it's the little, I don't know, what do you call it, stylus or something that they use for diamond painting, but I just wanted it to be able to, hopefully, I haven't even tried it, to pick up little things. So hopefully that will work. Now, I have a number of these X-Acto knives. And of course, not all of them have covers, don't you know? Like this one. So I think one of the advantages of taking this, emptying this thing out, is that I thought I came up, oh, I have a third one of these silicone things. Actually, this is also a good time to pull out some duplicates, because honestly, would I ever need 3 at a time? I only have 2 hands. Maybe I'll leave 2 there, and I'll take a third one and build a toolkit, either to take to our junk journal, Odd Page Society junk journal meetings, or just put somewhere else in reserve. Okay, if you know what this is, tell me. Clearly, I've been able to live without it until now, so no idea. I have 2 of these Olfa knives. I love them. They're metal, so they're not, which means they're not crappy plastic like this. But, you know, if you do have some of these, a person isn't going to, you know, just chuck them out. You're going to, or at least I am, using them till either the blade wears out or I have to change a blade in here. So this is probably another one of those things that should be elsewhere in the house or in a toolbox. So let's add this to the knives. This is the one without a, oh, what is this? Nope. We'll see if something shows up for this one. Now, a while back, and I think I showed this in a haul video. Oh, here's another one of these. See, that's another duplicate. Let's take that one out. I picked these up, I think at Dollarama, if I'm not mistaken. And I honestly don't know what they, you know, what they said on the packaging, like how they were billing them as, you know, like why a person needs them. They are, well, it doesn't say, and of course I threw the packaging out long ago. I think that they're supposed to be, I don't know if they're similar to this, but just different, you know, shapes, angles, and so on. Or if they're supposed to be a blending thing. But let's say that I will put an elastic around them, and they're not getting back in here until I try these out and figure out what I'm supposed to do with them, because that's not smart. I found this, which is a topper for a glue thing, and I found these little hands. So I have the little fist, and I have the little peace sign, or 2 beers, whatever that is. I will put these where I have the other spares, and because, you know, once things fall to the bottom of a container, they're pretty well never to be seen again. Oh, another uncovered knife. And I bet you those blades aren't very sharp either. Not so long ago, I bought these blending stomps. So where should they go? Maybe they could be right there. I have a plastic, must have more than one palette knife. See, and I don't know what these things are either. If they're just intended to, and this pink looks like a Dollar Tree thing. I don't know. Oh, I have a stylus, which I never think of using. You know, with the 2 different, like the ball at the end. Maybe I'll put that with that stomp thing. A teeny weeny little seam ripper. That seems like the heck of a big cover for such a tiny little thing. I wonder if that is right. I'm not entirely sure why I have these syringes here. I must have used one at one point, and cleaned it and left it out. Put a duplicate away. You see how I'm reluctant to... Oh, here's another stylus. Embossing tool, Applied Enterprises. This is old, baby, old. This one is much smaller, so maybe I should keep both. An orange stick. An orange stick. Popsicle sticks, tongue depressors. Obviously, I was stirring something with that. So like a paint stick. A coffee stir stick. Is this for a little dish of ice cream, and the only thing I'm missing is the ice cream? Okay, I'm not sure why I have all those, but maybe I'll tuck them in here because it automatically looks better just having, I mean, I have removed a bunch of stuff, but it automatically looks better just by fabric marker. Just by putting like with like. Now, I remember ordering this. I don't know why I thought I needed it. It is triangular in shape, and it's got a little tiny ruler in there. But the fact of the matter is, what are those numbers? I don't know. They're certainly not inches. Hazel needed a gadget. Hazel needed a gadget. Oh, here's another pair of scissors. These were supposed to be the cat's meow. Titanium non-stick. Maybe I'll put them there. Maybe I'll put this little red pair here as well. Now, ask me why I have these little kid scissors. Made in England. Wow. This is probably a collector's item of some sort. I think these are manicure scissors because they have the curve. And honestly, they're so uncomfortable that I don't know why I'm letting them take up space. I would never be able to cut more than a stroke or two with that. So I'm putting that aside as well. Now this is a broken dental tool. Now I'm not sure. This might be for, I thought I had another, probably someplace else. Dental tools, if you're on have a good relationship with your dentist, feel free to ask him or the assistant or the hygienist or somebody for tools that they're ready to discard, because they're great for making scratching marks on watercolor paper and so on. That pencil doesn't belong there. The other one maybe is with my watercolor stuff. This is really blunt. I might have to rethink that. Oh, you know what? This is probably even that's still very big. I'll leave that aside in case something else is missing. This was another thing that Dollar Tree was selling. And I also have these. Now, this has to be good because it's Ranger Craft Squeegee. So, but it's not like it, see how it flexes? This, of course, doesn't because it's hard plastic, and neither do those cards. So I'm thinking these squeegees and the cards and this thing should all be in the same compartment. I don't know what this is, but I like it because it's brass. Can you see that it has, like, it's not, the tip is not uniform. It sort of has an angle that way. I don't know what this is, but it probably doesn't belong here if I don't know what to do with it. This is a tiny little spoon. It says Great Tex. I thought that I had something like this, but mind you, that might have been more rubbery and less plasticky. I thought I had something like this with my wax melts to, oh no, you know what? That was like a little spatula thing for cleaning out the wax out of the melted pot. Maybe this is for herding seed beads. Like so. It's all in the wrist. I don't know. Okay, so these kid scissors will go someplace else. These, I think, are for removing sutures. Again, novelty item, but why? Why is it taking up a... There's something there, but I can't see what it is. So maybe I should just put this with where I keep other scissors that are surplus or whatever. Okay, so these are those fabric scissors. Maybe I'll give them another fairly tall bin here, and then one of the pinking shears will go there. Toothbrush, an old toothbrush is good for splattering watercolor. But again, should it be here? I've got tweezers, a couple of sets. Have I ever used them? And fillies. See, I think some of these tools, what does this say? American Crafts. These are probably kind of for burnishing rub-ons or something like that. Huh. I'm going to have empty compartments. I cannot believe it. Okay, maybe some of these sort of art-related things should be in one compartment. So, toothbrush, these spritzing bottles, another spritzer, this dental tool. Are we almost out of stuff to put away? I have to say, I'm glad I did this. Okay, I am going to do that. Oh, and the palette knife will go there too. Now, it's not ideal when tall items are in these shallowest compartments, but okay, maybe I'll just switch the knives around. Now, I still have, oh, and I found another knife yet that doesn't have a cover. Now, this has a different blade. Oh, and it's reversible. So you can use that end too, although it looks like the point has been broken off. So I think what I'll do, this is brass and it's alpha. So is this perhaps, nope. I don't think this will work either. Nope. I'm going to, when I go through my pens, you know, to see which are dead and dried up, I will try to get, find some pen tops that will cover these. What I have been doing to avoid, you know, drawing blood is putting them pointy side down. However, that obviously doesn't help the sharpness of the knife. Where did I have that other syringe? Oh, here's another spritzy bottle, which is probably way too many. I don't see that. Now, I don't know what this is either. I doubt that I need 3 of these pointy things because obviously these are far too short to, you know, make holes for sewing in. Like it wouldn't replace an awl for sewing in signatures. Oh, and I also have this tape runner. So I should put that maybe right there. This is another knife. It's another Olfa knife. But again, a very... how do you get in there to replace it, though? This looks like it would be intended maybe to hang on a keychain or something. I guess I can put it in the knife compartment. Oh, I know. I put that other little syringe off to the side because I didn't need 2. I'm not even sure I need 1. These are... Oh, this came with 7 Gypsies stamp thingamajig that I thrifted and have never used. So it almost looks like tweezers. So maybe I'll put these burnishing things, even this little guy. I don't know if that is broken or if it was really that short. And this thing for diamond art. I'll put all of them together. I'll put this brass thing back just because, well, why not? Maybe I'll put the little spoon in there. I'll put these pointy things. Well, I don't need 2. This one looks crooked, like it's been bent. I'm sure it's just made of junk. So I'll put that aside. I'm putting these pointy side down with the, well, maybe with the other sharp objects. Okay, so I'm putting the syringe. I sure hope you can see something. I'm putting the syringe there. Like now that this is cleaned up so much, everything is a lot more visible, so hopefully I will be able to see and find what I need. Oh, but I have all these scissors yet. Yikes. I'm sure this is way too many, especially when you think that I really never, almost never reach for them. Now this says fabric marker. Almost looks like it's dried up. And it doesn't have an other end there. So, oh, store horizontally. That might help. So I do have kind of a pen storage thing beside me. So that'll go there. I'll put the tweezers in with these styluses and whatnot. I'll put this glue stick. Oh, no, that's not big enough for 2. So I'll put that there. Maybe I'll move the knives over. Ooh. Did you see how I just put all those sharp things into my palm? Wasn't that a smooth move? When I said smooth move, it reminded me of something. really dumb expression that was popular when I was in school. You know, a derisive thing that you would say to your nearest and dearest friends. Smooth move, X-lax. Like, honestly, aren't kids geniuses? Okay, let's try these guys out and decide. Like, I have many more of these. I don't know if I'll ever find this guy in here. I do have a normal-sized one. I'll put it there. I'm baffled by that. Okay, a piece of paper. A piece of paper, please. Oh, this is notes that I made for myself. 2 videos that I watched that I have to absolutely steal those ideas. Okay, this one. Now we know that some are Fiskars, Provo Craft, Fiskars, and no-namers. This, believe it or not, is Wilton, and it is for cutting fondant. But I tested it, and it works on paper. So, and it's not bad. It's good. Decal. Quite beautiful. Stamp. Of course. What is this? Wave. Unlikely. Ripple. I don't know. Maybe I have to. Okay, I'll put them in here. But let's just say, and you feel free to remind me in the comments. That's, I don't know, these seem kind of cheesy. I think I'll take those out of the circulation. And this does not have a name. But look, these are really quite nice. Why am I not using them? Okay, if you see that, you know, video after video goes by and I'm not using these scissors, just call me on it, okay? And I know some of you would actually do that. Call me on it and say, oh, I thought you said you were going to use your decal edge scissors. Because really, those aren't bad. Okay, guys, I think that is it. Except somebody needs to tell me what this is. And it looks like both ends, presumably, are good for something. So maybe I'll just put it in with the spatulas for now, and then somebody will tell me if I should throw that away or what. I better hang on to my paint stick also. Okay, so my homework is to determine what's what with these pinking shears. The only thing is, how can I do that without dulling? And these are just normal scissors. I don't think I need these here. I'll put them in where I keep my surplus scissors. Okay, how am I going to do this, people? And it seems to me I paid that man. That works pretty darn good. I paid that man. That works pretty darn good too. They're just both very good because they haven't been dulled yet. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I will find another piece of something. maybe I should use the better ones, the steel, the heavy-duty steel ones. This will be the indicator that this is intended for fabric. And so it's going with those fabric scissors over here. This, I think, will go into storage along with that other pair. And it's a miracle. I just have to add another glue stick, and I think I'm pretty darn happy with how this turned out. So when you have a moment, and maybe it's, you know, end of the day and you're not sure what you should do next, maybe it's too late to start a new job, doing this little bit of sorting, cleaning, rearranging is always a good idea. And especially if, you know, those few minutes result in greater efficiency. So I encourage you to, number one, if you don't have something like this, it does make a lot of sense. This sits in one of those rolly carts beside my desk. Oh, you know what would be nice? It's too bad I don't have another compartment. Oh, that's supposed to be with the knives. Maybe this. But now this will be too small for this. I also have perched on the edge of my cart just these little basic tools. Like if I need to cut a piece of wire during a video or something. Mind you, I can't afford to have them hang past the edge because then it won't turn properly. It's kind of a tight squeeze. I'll take this thing out of here and jam those in there. Should still be able to. So maybe that's a bit neater, but now this is loose. Ay, 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 ay. I got these out of here. That could fit in there. Can I get all of these in this compartment, though? See, when they're spring-loaded, they keep the handles kind of apart. Of course, the bad thing with putting them with the tips in is that you pretty well have to pull it out before you know what it is you're reaching for. So that may not last. Anyway, I feel like just giving this a spin. Thanks, guys, for joining me. And I hope that if you have a small little organizing job you can tackle, that you do that, you know, in the space of a commercial or two or a video or two. Anyway, guys, we will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for being here. Bye-bye.